Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I have a little collective haul for you of the things that have entered my life in March and April of this year. My last collective haul went up in the end of February. So these are just a couple items that I purchased. I have some very sweet friend mail to show you, so why don't we go ahead and get into it. Alright, as we get started, I have a couple nail polishes that I picked up from H&M. Honestly, I personally didn't buy much makeup in the months of March and April, and I think it was because instead I ended up going and taking advantage of H&M had like a little seasonal sale here, and I picked up a couple items on clearance, and these items were not on clearance, but I thought they were beautiful and I really wanted them. In store, I always get duped by polish colors. In store, I thought this was lighter, and so I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Picked it up, got it home, put it on, and I was like, oh, it's darker than I thought it was. But I still do like it. This one's called Devon Violet. And then this one here is, I went back because I was like, okay, I wanted something a little bit more pastel than what this ended up being. So I went back and got this, and I really like it too. It's called Pickup Lime, and it's this really cool like yellowy green shade. In the bottle it looks to me like it's going to be more green, but on my nails it really pulls like yellow and kind of green. It's a very unique color. I really like this one. I almost wish that I had a little bit more of a lilac shade because that's what I kind of wanted. But again, I'm not really the best at picking up polishes, and even in person, I know that they're like really hard to pick out online because you're not quite sure what they're gonna look like in person, but even in person, I'm really bad at it. Now these next couple things are all skincare items. This one I actually didn't purchase the last couple months. This one I actually purchased back in like, it was either the end of December or January when I made my last Ordinary haul, and I absolutely just forgot to mention this. This is the High Adherence Silicone Primer, and I've only tried this once so far. I need to try it a little bit more and be able to give a full review, but I forgot to mention that in my last haul. And these other things are technically all items for Beau. We had a little coupon here, and I'm sorry if the light is changing. The sun is deciding to come out, which I'm not mad at. So we have the Cicaplast Balm. I believe I bought 2 of these for him. Yes, 2 of those. This Cicaplast Balm in particular has been really helpful for Beau, and like he gets some chapping on his cheeks because he bikes so far and so often here in Sweden. So this has been so helpful for him, and so I went ahead and took advantage of the fact that I had a coupon for these items. And then the other things I got him were 2 other moisturizers that he's already using. I believe he's using the rich version now of the Toleraine. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but another good item for him. It had some, when I did the research, I had like a little bit of ingredients that helped kind of calm the skin. So I got him another bottle of the rich version, although I think for summer he will need something a little bit lighter. So I picked up the cream version of it so he can try these out and see which one he likes more. These are expensive, so again, I'm glad that I had a little bit of a coupon to be able to get them for him. They kind of toe that line between like, the bottle price isn't that bad, but when you consider how much product you get in here, that's what makes the price of it pretty shocking. But yeah, I picked up 4 little items for him. Now that's everything I purchased myself. Now, again, like I didn't pull out those clothing pieces because since they were mostly on clearance, I think, in fact, besides these earrings, they were all on clearance. I figure it's not really fun. I don't know, maybe it is fun to see clothing people buy, but I didn't want to like show an item that you can't get your hands on if you potentially wanted to. So if you want to see something like that in the future, let me know and I could try to put something like that together. But the rest of this was sent to me from a very sweet friend in some friend mail. Thank you so much, Lou. But I'm gonna go through the couple of like body care items and skincare items first. She sent me a Tree Hut scrub, which I have missed these scrubs so much, and I love the scent of this. Is the almond and honey. I'm trying to finish off a salt scrub that I have right now, and I was telling her when I was talking to her on a video chat that I dislike that salt scrub so much because it kind of makes my skin burn if I like overly like scrub because it's salt. It's like rubbing salt in a wound, right? So yeah, she sweetly sent me that. Then I also have 2 little, like this she knows is like my favorite, sent me a backup a bit. And then also she sent me over the Holy Hydration Face Cream from e.l.f. and I used this for the first time this morning and I was very impressed with it. This is fragrance free, has hyaluronic acid in it, has peptides in it. Very, very impressed with this so far, although I've only used it once, but I am excited to try this out and see if it's a nice like daytime moisturizer. I really have high hopes for it now because I need something a little thicker in the daytime, and right now the thing that I'm using I just mentioned in my recent skincare haul video that should be up before this video. And that Pyongyang Yule moisturizer for me is it's very nice, but it's a little bit expensive. This would be a much cheaper alternative. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers that maybe this will help me replace that Pyongyang Yule moisturizing cream. Next up, she also gave me a little lip mask backup that I have. She sent me one of those last time too, that she sent me some friend mail back in, I believe it was like September, October. And then she gave me like a little Sonia Kashuk brush collection here, which I'm excited. This one looks like a really interesting brush. I want to see how I can figure out how to use that. Also, this one seems like it might be good for like under eye setting. So I'm excited to try those out. Also, I almost forgot to mention that she sent me this shirt too. She sent me so much stuff. It was so sweet of her. I have a couple like decor pieces. I'm not showing everything that she sent here, but I'm showing the makeup right now. But yeah, the next couple of things I have are some eyeshadow, the Natasha Denona mini Tropic palette. So pretty. It is such a fun like spring and summertime little pop of palette. Obviously, I don't really know how to do a complete look with this, but to pop on or pop in a fun color with like some neutral shades, I'm really excited to play with this a little bit more. I think I've worn this like twice, like maybe 3 times now. I know I've worn the green once, I've tried the purple, and I think I tried this minty color. So I've worn it about 3 times, but I definitely want to keep trying it out. Then I have the City Color Fairy Tale palette. This is like the Too Faced Clover palette dupe. I'm actually wearing this today, and it was the first time that I tried this out today, and I love the color story, and I also had really high hopes that it was going to be really good, because when I go to stick my finger in there and swatch it, it looks like it would be really nice, but trying to put it onto my eyes, I had to work with it a little bit more than I thought I would have to. I should honestly just save this for the review, but yeah, I'll just say that for now, that it was a little bit more work than I thought it should be to get it to this impact today, but at the same time I find that the color story is very pretty, so I'm gonna keep playing with it. Maybe it's just user error the first time around, but I am excited to play with this one during the spring. Such a nice soft color story, and I think it will carry over well into summer too. Then the next thing I have here is like a little face trio from Physicians Formula. Oh, bravo to Physicians Formula for finally listening to people complain about how bulky their packaging can be. Now this one did come a little cracked, but I just shoved it, like used my finger to kind of press it back in there. And I've already used the bronzer a bit. I tried the blush out once. I really like this formula from Physicians Formula in general. I had never tried the highlight, so I'm actually really excited to have that. And I imagine that I will get a lot of use out of this year, so I'm really excited to have this one too. All right, I'm gonna pull these other things randomly. I have an e.l.f. under eye setting powder. Haven't tried this out yet, but I'm excited to try that. A Jordana like sculpting stick. This looks like a really good bronzer color, although right now, since I'm working on panning my other one, I haven't tested this out. I'll probably put it into my Shop My Stash for next month and give it a go there. Then I have an e.l.f. Keep Your Curl mascara. Haven't tried that out. I'll probably wait for a while before I open this one, because I only like to open like one mascara or a couple more. I like to cocktail them, so I have about 2 to 3 open at any given time. I don't like to have more than that open, so I'll wait before I try that one, but I'm excited to try that out. I've actually never tried an e.l.f. mascara, or no, I've tried one other one a really long time ago. I think it was the first mascara that they ever put out. So I'm curious to see if the formula's changed. I don't remember liking the first one that I tried. Then I have a Lorac behind the scenes full-size eyeshadow primer. I've used up a mini of this that came in like the eyeshadow palettes that you buy. Really like this primer, so excited to have a full size. Then she also sent me over some Sydney Grace shadows, 2 cream shadows from them. I'll give you a swatch of these. First up is the shade Campfire, and let me tell you, these things are pigmented. I just put way too much of a swatch on there. So that's Campfire. You can kind of see it's like a murky kind of brown color, but it has a little bit of a green in the undertone. Then the other one here is called Cliff Jumping, and this one's a little bit more of like a taupey kind of silvery mauvey brown, but still very much bronze. So hopefully you can see that one right there. So reflective and shiny. I was a little bit worried that working with these would be hard, because I'm not that familiar with like liquid or cream shadows like this, but so far I've been very impressed with them. I will tend to put something in my crease and then just kind of put it on my hand, pick it up with my finger and tap it on, and it works pretty well. But aren't they pretty? I'm really excited to try those out more too. And then last up, my friend knows me well. She knows I love to try out primers. She sent me over one of the ones that I constantly rave about that I used up a long time ago, and I keep saying that I'm gonna repurchase it on my own, and she ended up repurchasing it for me. This is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. One of the best, if not the, probably, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and say it. It's the best pore filling primer that I've ever tried. I have been using this again recently, and every time I use it at the end of the day, I'm always shocked that it looks so good. My skin looks so much better than when I don't use this. I highly recommend this if you're someone who struggles with like large pores. This is the best pore filling primer I've ever tried, just in case you needed to hear that twice. Now the other two that she sent me here, I haven't really tried out this one as much because I've been so excited about having the other one in my life. This is the No Problem Primer, and one of my other friends sent me the Pore Essence, and this is the actual, like this one's definitely a thicker one. The Pore Essence one feels a little bit like an oil, where this one feels like a silicone kind of pore filling primer, and I'm definitely excited to try this out more. I think that this will work really well for me, especially combined with some other primers. Like I have a mattifying primer that I'm about to start trying to pan, I think, and I want to try it. It's like a lotiony kind of primer, and I think that this one will go really well like to use like as a second step in my pores, but I haven't really tried it too often. I've only used it like a couple times, but I'm so excited to try that. I will probably put this one in my Shop My Stash for next month. And then the last one here is one that I actually have used a good bit. This is the Milani Soft Focus Glow Primer, and it doesn't say primer on it, it says complexion enhancer, and it's such a cool product. When I first got it, I was thinking to myself, okay, it's gonna be like Becca's Backlight or First Light priming filter, and I like put it on my hand and like rubbed it out, and I was like, it doesn't have that much of like a sheen to it. See, I'll show you, like that's like where I haven't really finished rubbing it in there, but you can see over here, not shiny. It's not really like I wouldn't say it's a highlighting product at all. In fact, I wouldn't even say it's a glowy primer necessarily, but it has a little bit of pigment to it. I have really enjoyed this, not only as a primer, because I feel like all right, let me try not to ramble here. I really like this for my forehead. I love when I feel like my skin looks really healthy when it has a little bit of a glow to it, but at the same time, I struggle with using more traditional glowy primers because they emphasize my obvious wrinkles that I have come with age and sun damage and things. So this, I feel like, is a glowy product, but it's not overly done. Like it's not as intense as like a Becca primer. So this one is so nice to put under foundation. It does enhance my like glow just a little bit, but not too much, not anything that emphasizes my wrinkles. And then at the same time, I've also mixed in a pump or two with foundation or with making my own like tinted moisturizers. Such a cool product. I really like how versatile it is, and it also comes with like 1.5 ounces, so more than your standard ounce of like a complexion product like this normally comes. I just think this is a really cool, versatile product. I've even worn it on its own on a day when I didn't wear any other makeup, and I really liked it then too. So I'm really kind of pumped for this, and I'm excited to keep trying it out. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much again, Lou, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you say hello in the comments. Let me know what you got this past couple months that you're most excited about, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.